ignore you, upper hand on you, gossip behind you, about you, and been there, done it all attitude in front of you. Well, friends, we have all heard about emotional intelligence. Many of us are aware of artificial intelligence, what not we are aware of, and also we are aware of intelligent quotient, everything. But are you aware of this particular term called behavioral intelligence? Today's session is all about that. On the PEP Talk, your host, your mentor, brings a all new episode and a new topic for you. So I welcome all of you to the PEP Talk with me, Mr. Nag, Sudeep Nag, Brother Nag, Captain Nag, your friend, guide, and host of your favorite show, PEP Talk. How do you feel? How do you feel when you meet somebody who's very difficult? What we call a difficult person. And what happens to you? You start sweating, your heartbeat starts beating faster, your palms starts becoming a little wet, you start breathing harder, and you feel restless. You have two options: flight or fight. That's the human behavioral psychology that comes into effect when you meet somebody like that. Has it ever happened to you? You've shaken hands with somebody for the first time and you said, "Hello, I'm Sudeep. Nice to meet you." Instantly, back of your mind, it plays, "I don't like this fellow. This person doesn't look good. I don't think I'll get along with him or her. Okay, that's it. I will avoid." Have you ever given it a thought why that happens? Perhaps the balloons I bursted in the beginning are the reasons. The first balloon that I burst was the balloon that you would want to burst if the person was to ignore you. And what if the second balloon always tries to have an upper hand on you? If you have done something, the person says he's done it better. If you know something, the person knows more than you. Third, person goes and gossips behind your back. And you come to know all the time it happens. And number fourth balloon and fourth point, been there, done it all. He knows it all. He's been there. He's gone there. You have nothing to discover, nothing to do, nothing to struggle for. He knows the outcomes, and you kind of feel like bursting those balloons. And what is our response in terms of the behavioral intelligence that I talk about? We can also have four responses. One, explaining the existing behavior. Instead of reacting and bursting those balloons or feeling that way, why don't you think of the first intelligence of behavioral intelligence, which is explaining the existing, why that person is doing like that, why that person behaving in front of you like that. Second is predicting his future behavior, what he could do if you meet him next. Third is influencing his behavior or her behavior. How can you influence that behavior so that that doesn't repeat itself? And the fourth is control your own behavior. Because let's face it, friends, let's face it, when somebody I know does something like that, we say that's fine, he's just a little kid, or he's a little kiddish, or he's a little aggressive. We say, wow, he has a lot of motivation, he should have done that itself, I support him. But when someone else does and is difficult to you, your response is that you need to tackle that person, fight or flight. And this behavioral intelligence subconsciously may have also come to you, you know about it, it's just that you didn't define it. So think about it. At times you are also posing as a difficult person for somebody at some point in your life. I'm sure they have found you difficult. So if you change those things and control yourself, your emotions and your response and reactions, you would be in better position to actually be a likable person and reduce the friction between people in terms of this fight and flight, and I don't like him and I don't like his attitude. Instead, focus on the behavior, that you didn't like this particular behavior, and separate that from the person. The person is good, but his behavior at that time, what he said, what he did, was not good. He might do something nice and you might like it, and later you can also come back and say that, you know what, his behavior and his attitude at this was good. So you have an option to still have a relationship between that person. Rather, fight and flight attitude is the extreme thing. And end of the day, like I buzzed those 4 balloons, let me repeat them. One is the person ignoring you, the first balloon. Second balloon has upper hand on you, always gossips about you, and has been there, done it all kind of a person. No matter what you do, what response you do, trust me, you can't change people. You cannot change thousands and thousands of people. You can avoid and tackle one situation, and every day, everywhere, you will meet such situations. So the best way is what I said about your response and controlling yourself and understanding and asking why, and predicting his behavioral pattern and explain why he did that, and influence the behavioral patterns and also control your own behavior and separate the person from his behavior. And the reason I say this is because end of the day, you turn behind you and you find those same balloons still exist, and no matter how much you bust it, they will again appear after a while. Thank you so much, friends. Have a wonderful day, and many thanks for watching my videos. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Be safe, be well, and take care of yourself, your families, and do communicate, share, like my videos, and get in touch with me. Your friend, Mr. Nag, Brother Nag, Captain Nag. Until next time, goodbye, and keep smiling.